Hello, I'm Matujima and you're watching HornbillTV. In Assam, the water isn't just rising, it's hunting. The latest wave of flood has now claimed 41 lives. But the scale of the disaster is far greater. More than 9 lakh people across over 1,800 villages in 25 districts have now been affected, making this one of Assam's most severe flood crises in recent years. Thousands of livestock have also perished, compounding both the humanitarian and economic impact across the state. But here's the chilling twist the authorities are warning about. Not all of these deaths have occurred in flood waters. According to Assam's Revenue and Disaster Management Minister, Keshab Mahanta, some people ventured dangerously close to swollen rivers out of curiosity despite repeated warnings and never returned. Why is this flood so devastating? This isn't just the result of heavy rainfall. It is the combination of relentless monsoon showers, rivers already swollen from earlier rains, runoff from upstream catchments, and embankments struggling to withstand the pressure. When several major rivers peak at the same time, the water has nowhere to go, turning villages into islands and roads into rivers. According to the Assam government, the unprecedented flooding has been triggered by a combination of upstream cloudbursts and exceptionally intense localized rainfall. Rainfall during this period has been recorded at 436% above normal levels, inundating several villages that have not witnessed flooding of this magnitude in recent history. The monster beneath the surface, Tisang River breaks a 13-year record. To understand why these waters are so merciless, look no further than the Tisang River in Sivsagar district. According to the latest ASTMA updates, the Tisang is currently flowing at its highest level in 13 years. 13 years. That means teenagers in these villages have never seen water this furious. The Diku and Tisang rivers aren't far behind, swelling dangerously and flowing above the severe flood level, submerging vast swaths of eastern Assam, particularly Sivsagar, Charadio and Jorhat, where the majority of the recent deaths have occurred. The Dhansiri South at Numaligarh in Kolakat has also breached the danger mark, while the Buriting and Kushiara rivers continue to pose a severe threat. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma toured these worst-hit districts on Wednesday and said that more than 100 people are still missing. Think about that number. More than 100 people remain unaccounted for. Rescue teams continue searching submerged villages and flooded riverbanks while anxious families wait for answers. The Assam government has activated a whole-of-government response to tackle the crisis. Personnel from the Indian Air Force, the National Disaster Response Force (NDRF) and the State Disaster Response Force (SDRF), district administrations and other state agencies are carrying out round-the-clock rescue evacuations and relief operations. Helicopters and rescue boats continue to evacuate stranded families, deliver food, drinking water and essential supplies, and search for those still missing, even as rising water levels and strong currents continue to hamper rescue efforts. It's not just Assam right now. The monsoon has turned the entire northeast into a danger zone. The numbers tell the story. Assam is the epicenter, with 41 confirmed deaths and more than 9 lakh people affected across over 1,800 villages in 25 districts as of July 23. The Tisang River is at its highest level in 13 years, while the Diku, Dhansiri South, Buriding and Kushiara rivers continue to flow above the danger mark. But the disaster was intensified upstream. On July 19, Nagaland's Mon district received exceptionally heavy rainfall, triggering widespread landslides and flash floods that affected thousands of families and caused multiple fatalities. The flood waters from Nagaland, combined with persistent heavy rainfall across the region, significantly intensified flooding downstream in Assam. The flooding has also disrupted daily life across the region. Roads have been washed away. Electricity and communication networks have been affected in several areas. Schools have remained closed in many districts, and thousands of families continue to wait for the waters to recede before they can return home. To shelter displaced residents, the government has established more than 148 relief camps where nearly 30,000 people are currently being accommodated in Assam. Teams are simultaneously distributing food, drinking water and essential supplies to affected families across the flood-hit districts. The Manipur government has issued advisories after a breach in the Nambul River embankment, while Tripura has seen hundreds of families displaced, with rivers like the Kowai and Manu overflowing their banks. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued orange alert across the region, and the forecast shows no immediate relief. Beyond the immediate danger to human life, the flood has also devastated agriculture. Large stretches of cropland remain submerged, thousands of livestock have perished, and many families now face an uncertain recovery even after the flood waters eventually recede. Officials say more than 3 lakh kilograms of rice and other essential relief materials have already been dispatched to the worst-hit districts, with additional consignments continuing to reach affected communities. The flood curiosity. This is the warning that applies to every single person in the Northeast right now. Assam's Revenue and Disaster Management Minister, Keshab Mahanta, said something chilling. Several victims had ventured close to overflowing rivers simply to watch the floods, despite repeated warnings from authorities. This isn't just curiosity. In flood conditions, it can cost lives. Here's why. What the curiosity trap looks like in the Northeast flood waters often appear calm on the surface while hiding extremely powerful currents underneath. During the recent cloudburst in Nagaland, officials said Assam had roughly 90 minutes warning before flood waters surged downstream. Anyone near vulnerable riverbanks had very little time to react. Landslides don't warn you. In Manipur and Tripura, the water is triggering landslide alongside flooding. Your quick look at the rising water could be the moment the ground gives way beneath you. Flood waters may contain sewage, chemicals, sharp debris, and disease-causing organisms. It's not just about drowning, it's also about serious health risk. They may also conceal open drains, submerged electrical hazards, sharp debris, and damaged roads beneath the surface, making even shallow-looking flood waters extremely dangerous. Assam has already learned some hard lessons. The rest of the Northeast needs to pay attention. Even as rescue operations continue, the Assam government says its focus extends beyond immediate relief. Officials are already working with various departments and the Government of India on a comprehensive long-term rehabilitation package aimed at helping every affected family rebuild their lives once the flood waters recede. Authorities across the region have issued the same core advice. Rule number 1: stay away from the water. Do not walk, swim, or drive through flooded areas or swollen rivers. The Disang River is at a record high, meaning the currents are unpredictable and deadly. Do not go to riverbanks, embankments, or landslide-prone areas. The Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority (NSDMA) has made this crystal clear. Even water that appears shallow can conceal fast-moving currents, damaged roads, open drains, submerged debris, or live electrical hazards. Never assume a flooded road or pathway is safe simply because the surface looks calm. Rule number 2: listen to the alerts. The IMD and state disaster management authorities, including NSDMA and ASDMA, are issuing red and orange alerts. The NSDMA sent out SMS warnings before the Nagaland cloudburst. Those alerts can save your life. In Manipur, district disaster management authorities (DDMAs) are issuing specific flood advisories. Monitor them constantly. Avoid relying on rumors or unverified social media posts during emergencies. Follow only official advisories issued by the IMD, state disaster management authorities, and district administrations. Rule number 3: prepare for the worst. In Tripura, orange alerts mean heavy rainfall is imminent. The time to prepare is now, not when the water is at your doorstep. In Manipur, advisories tell residents to store important documents, valuables, and essential medicines in elevated locations. Have an emergency kit ready. If authorities order evacuation, leave immediately. The Assam government has already established more than 148 relief camps where nearly 30,000 displaced people are currently taking shelter because they evacuated in time. Keep your mobile phones fully charged. Store drinking water, essential medicines, important documents, and identity cards in waterproof bags. Check on elderly family members, children, neighbors, and anyone who may need assistance during an evacuation. Looking beyond the flood, while rescue operations remain the immediate priority, planning has already begun for what comes next. The Assam government says it is working with the Government of India and multiple departments on a comprehensive rehabilitation package to help affected families rebuild their homes, restore livelihoods, and recover once the flood waters recede. Authorities have also indicated that once the immediate emergency is brought under control, structured discussions will begin with neighboring states to strengthen interstate coordination, improve early warning systems, and develop better preparedness for upstream cloudbursts and rapidly rising river systems. Because disasters like these do not recognize state boundaries, neither should disaster preparedness. The IMD has warned that heavy rainfall is likely to continue across parts of Northeast over the coming days. For many families across Assam, Nagaland, Manipur and Tripura, the flood waters will eventually recede, but rebuilding homes, livelihoods and lives will take far longer. What is uncommon isn't that the Northeast received heavy rain. What is uncommon is that the scale of destruction created when relentless rainfall, upstream cloudbursts, swollen rivers and fragile infrastructure collide at the same time. The water doesn't care if you are from Assam, Nagaland, Manipur or Tripura. It does not care if you are curious or cautious. It only cares that you are in its way. Don't be a statistic. Don't be the cautionary tale. Respect the warning, respect the rivers, because during a flood, survival isn't about getting the closest look. It's about making sure you live to see the water go down. Stay inside, stay alive. Before we end, one final reminder. If you are watching this from any flood-affected district, keep following updates from the Indian Meteorological Department, your state disaster management authority and your local administration. Avoid flooded roads, stay away from swollen rivers, never venture out just to see the floods. Even calm-looking water can hide powerful currents, open drains, electrical hazards and dangerous debris as mentioned earlier. If authorities ask you to evacuate, don't wait. Leave immediately. Property can be replaced, lives cannot. Stay informed, stay prepared and above all, stay safe. That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.